Now it's time for today's perspective on France 24. And think of the word gypsy. Now you might think of colourful caravans, people wearing colourful costumes and even campfires. Now although that might be the stereotypical picture of gypsy life, modern day existence for real gypsies can of course be very different. Gypsy is originally an English word to describe the Roma, who now live mostly in Europe and the Americas. Now they are of course a displaced people who came originally from northern India and Pakistan. The word gypsy often now thought of by many as derogatory. And to chart the Roma people's history and their modern lives, a new exhibition is open here in Paris at the Museum of Immigration called Mondes Tsiganes, or the World of the Gypsy. And with me on set is Ilsen About, who's historian and co-commissioner of the exhibition. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us. I mean, I talked there about the stereotypical view of the gypsy. I know you believe this exhibition will show people an awful lot more about the Roma people and what they've actually brought to society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try to show how all these populations, Roma and Sinti and Gitanos, have been described and shown by photographs, and how stereotypes and prejudices have been produced by image, and how these images have been reflected in all societies, and how they deeply integrate our imagination about these communities.
Why do you think amongst some sections of people around the world, really, there has been this sort of negative image of gypsies, and that's perhaps how the term became derogatory in the first place?
Yeah, I think all these communities have been useful to majority society, to be the other, the other that you can describe and then that you can reject from the inner society, and so how to produce a feeling to be national if you don't have a sort of target and enemies of the state, of the culture, and all these differences justify our feeling to be a common nation.
I mean, just looking at some of the images that we can see behind us there, I mean, obviously they're showing all sorts of different images of different people in different places around the world. I mean, it's not just here in Europe, is it? In the Americas as well?
Absolutely, yeah. They are migrating all around the world during the 19th century and even before. And you find Roma and Sinti in all Europe, north from south, and also in Americas, north and south, in Australia, South Africa too.
Yeah. And what do you think are the positive aspects that these people have brought to the places where it's not naturally their home, is it?
I wouldn't say that, because they are all around the world at home. So they are belonging to societies, whatever is the society in France or in England or in Americas. So they are part of the community, but they have been rejected and defined as different and threatening. So what we need to do is a sort of a reverse of the history, and including all this community as a part of the national communities and the history of Europe and other parts of the world.
And what about the actual exhibition itself? I understand it's in two parts, isn't it? What's the first part about?
The first part is describing the evolution of the photographical look into this community and how they have been described and also magnified, but also rejected by the picture itself. And the second part is aesthetical proposal from Mathieu Pernaut, who has been traveling and also living with a family in the south of France. And this family has been portrayed by Mathieu during 20 years. And he proposed to show one people from this family after one people, and it shows all these singularity are important also to renounce to generalities and image of the categories, and showing one singular individuals.
And just finally, why do you think this was something that you wanted to do at the exhibition? I mean, you have all sorts of different exhibits, don't you, at the museum? Why was this something you wanted to concentrate on?
I think it was one of the first time a national museum proposed an exhibition about these communities. So we have in mind to show how the prejudices have been built and how they spread during history. So it was our first goal, and also showing these two parts, we would like to explain the construction of the generalities and also the other side of the picture, because behind the classification of the people, you find individuals, history of families, and singularity.
Okay, good to have you with us on the programme to explain all that. Ilsen About from the Museum of Immigration here in Paris. Thanks very much for coming in and talking to us on the programme today.